Hello, my name is Joshua and this is my video demonstration for the project install and configure assignment for week 2. And to get started, I want to briefly explain my setup. So what I first of all did was to set up my environment locally on Windows, where I was further from the cloud on AWS, was further from the cloud on AWS. So I created the instance, the Ubuntu instance, and obtained a key pair, and this is the key pair I obtained. So I navigated to the file properties of the key pair and I was able to do some configurations in order to satisfy the SSH security parameter. So in these property sections, um, I stripped all users group, leaving only my own personal local account as the sole reader of this file. So that would allow me to authenticate seamlessly into the AWS Academy Ubuntu instance as default user without any permission error. So that was what I did here. And then after this, I was able to now enter into the my terminal and started the first project in this week, which was the basic file operations and navigations. So once I initialized my session, it brought me to the default home directory. So typing pwd confirm my locations as home and Ubuntu instance, as home on this VM. So in this space, I practiced things such as creating files like the touch my file and other directories, creating my directories as well. So by running the ls-l command, I also observed how Linux, displays long format files, metadata, including permissions and user group relationships. I also inspected the aliases that was used. So if I do alias command, I also inspected this as well. So then what I also did in this part of the project was also to keep a clean environment that safely purged these files that I had created by using the rm my file icon and the rm my directory icon before moving deep into the root file system. As well. So that was that for the first part of the project. Then moving into the root file system and ownership verification parts of the project, I let me type in this command ls-l/data1. So I navigated into the system call from cd, like typing the cd command. I saw that I remember that it was giving me a permission denied error, and I think this was because the space is protected by administrative lockouts. So, but to be able to bypass this, I was able to to use the sudo command, which also means super user do, to temporarily elevate operational privileges and successfully generate the data directory that you can see. And because sudo actually also creates objects under the root account, the folder was initially owned by the root account. So to grant it regular session permission to write files, I had to now execute the sudo chown ubuntu/data1. on my screen. So that is why, as you can see on my screen, from the output of the LSD data command, the third part is reading Ubuntu, since Ubuntu is my active user profile in this server. So this clearly demonstrates that the data is actually owned by my user account and not by my root as well. So then moving into the final part of the project, um, which is the final part of the project, which is project 2.3.4. Um, so in that part, what I did was to use the redirect pipes and grep as well. So in this place, if I type in cat slash data one slash server one, so in this part, I actually leverage like data management techniques using the redirects, pipes and filters. First, I ran the disk metrics here using the df-h and piped it into a new file. However, that's when I was doing that, my command used to use a single arrow, a single greater than arrow. So I had to now use the operator with a uname -a, because the single operator is like kind of somehow like destructive. So because it completely overwrote my initial disk report, which explains that aspect. So, but to prevent subsequent data, I had to switch to the double, um, where is that part again? To the double arrow, and so so doing that allowed me to safely start my network configuration via the IPA, and clean my chain process tracker using the PSAUX piped directly into the grep system. So looking at the screen using the cat command, the entire combined output remains competitively visible, as you can see, and is also highly readable as well. And we can, from what we can see, we can also verify the kernel details, the interface maps, and um, isolated background tasks are all logged effortlessly. And I think um, all the pipelines as well that matches our tracking procedures are, permissions are securely established, and um, I feel it's been a wonderful moment, going through this installation and setup process. I'm really looking forward to learning more and more and more in this course. Thank you.